Hey, it's Marco here. So a recession is upon us, and there are 7 tips that will make you a winner. Let's dive straight into it. So the first one, that is the most interesting one, is are stocks a good investment in a recession? Well, actually the answer is no, they're not a good investment. You could invest in stocks, but please be aware that there could be incredible crashes like today, like yesterday. It seems to be a bit of a theme now. So be extra careful. DCA, so dollar cost average, is the key word here. But please remember that stocks tend to actually perform very badly in a recession, and you would have even incredible volatility. So if you actually want to make a lot of money in stocks, you would actually invest when the market is positive. And let me just show you what I mean by that, because basically we have things that would show us that. So this is basically the opposite of a good market. So this is the Fed saying that the balance sheet of the Fed will shrink by $95 billion per month. And basically this is the opposite of what a good market looks like. So in a good stock market, when it's best to put your money in stocks, while you would want to see the balance sheet actually getting bigger. That's what the Fed has been doing for the past maybe even 15 years. And now it's time to, of course, do the opposite because of inflation. But now let's move on to the second point, the second tip, that is basically invest in a stable coin and yield farming. So yield farming is this little thing here that you can do on BLOCKFI, and you can also get $250 worth of Bitcoin on BLOCKFI. So stable coins do not change in value, especially if you buy stable coins that are very stable. I know for just lack of better words, there are some stable coins that are not very stable, but a very good one is USDC, so the Coinbase coin, and that's the one that I use as well. I stake it, and actually I do yield farming on BLOCKFI. Use the link in the description for that, and so far the yield is 8% a year. It tends to vary, but it's a good way so far to get some interest and just very low risk so far. Now the next one is to minimize your expenses. Tip number 3, your expenses. Of course, you could increase your income, more on that later, but minimizing your expenses is a way for you to increase the overall amount of money that you have in your bank account. So let me just show you one thing that I have, and to be honest, it was out for everyone to see at the beginning of this channel. So it's just like a finance planner, a budget tool. You basically can see everything, all my expenses, yada yada yada. But basically this little spreadsheet, I use it on an annual basis. So thanks to that, you can see how much. You can guess it, of course. You have to go through some of your bank statements, but then you know how much money you will have at the end of the year, at the end of each month as well, because of course there are some costs that are annual. But thanks to that, you would be able to completely monitor your situation, know even when you are spending more than you earn, so you know basically where to cut as well. So you have big one-offs, so your holidays, that's probably where you want to start cutting first. But now let's move on to the next tip. I don't want this video to be too long, and it is to invest in oil. Now, oil is a commodity, yes, who would have thought? So oil has been actually doing great. It's because of the many things, because of the war, because of inflation, and of course the war actually caused more inflation. So it's been actually one of the biggest winners on this channel. I've been telling you that oil was actually a great buy for quite a while. So thank you guys to all those who actually follow me and subscribe to this channel. we've made a lot of money. I actually bought literally down here, basically was probably here maybe. I bought up here and then it crashed a bit and I was like, holy crap. But I didn't quite care because of course I knew that it would actually go higher. And now we are in this situation of, this is what happens when there are traders in the market, like literally pumping and dumping, pumping and dumping. So the price is getting a bit weaker and that's not very bullish. So take it with a pinch of salt, because you see from the chart that there is a lot of trading going on and potentially the price might drop suddenly, but you know that it's oil, it's a commodity, so it's not like buying stocks. Oil has got a purpose and it will always have value no matter what. So of course the next tip that I want to tell you about is about finding a side hustle. Yes, I was telling you about, of course, income. A side hustle could be almost anything. So you could even just go dog sitting, or for example, delivering pizza, delivering Amazon items. You can do all sorts of things. You could become a PA, virtual assistant, maybe for some countries that really earn, for example, if you live outside the US, you could actually earn dollars by working for the US. If you are in the US, you could, for example, earn money for the UK. You can do these sort of things and make a little bit of money. Of course, there are websites like Fiverr. You can offer your services there. There are so many things you can do, and it's very interesting that many people don't ever think about it. My choice, and of course it could be your choice as well, was YouTube. I find it very interesting and it just suits me a lot, and I've been doing it now for 2 years with not great results. You can see the views in this video, so share the video to help the channel. But what I want to tell you is that you can still get started on YouTube. It's a very good job, like side hustle, and it could be maybe the game changer for you. If you have a good idea, YouTube could be your way to make a lot of money. Now let's move on to the next one. Now the next one is real estate. Now real estate is something that is not for everyone, okay? I just want to start from that. We know that the price of houses just fluctuates, goes up and down, up and down, up and down. What I have on the screen though is the price of rents. So you see the rental prices is just going up. There was that guy some time ago, like in mid 2020, who said that the price of stocks only go up. Well, he was fucking wrong, but not just that. I just want to say that the price of rent always goes up. This is the rent. The rent has always been going up. Probably if you even look at what happened back in maybe after the housing crash, everything, still the price has been going up ever since. If you have a property, rent it out. Forget about all the pains of prices of your property going up and down, price of stocks, just rent it out. Look at what happens. The rent always increases. And even in times of recession, as we are about to hit, well, you don't care because of course you have your rent and that's just cash flow. The price of the property might change, but you don't care. Now, we have tip number 7, and tip number 7 is to protect your main source of income, which for people like me and you, of course, we're talking about our main job. That is not easy. I must say that myself, well, let's not just dive too much into it. I'll probably make another video, but it's important that you do what you think is most appropriate. If you want to take a chance and get a better paid job, go for it. If not, probably you're best staying where you are, although maybe you don't feel too satisfied, because remember, this recession, as I predicted, in my last maybe a year and a half, I would say that probably in the worst case scenario will be 2 years. So you don't want to be one of the people who actually cut first. You want to try to hold on to it for your dear life, because your main income is probably way more important than all the other things that I've told you about in this video. So be extra careful, make your choices, and if you want to know more tips, more things about the Fed and everything, subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video.